Hey guys, it's Elizabeth from Tiny Fitness, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how I, as a personal trainer but also a regular busy human being, use MyFitnessPal to plan my meals ahead of time. So I know that MyFitnessPal is really advertised as a tracking tool, but the way to succeed with food tracking is not by tracking after you've already eaten and you can't change anything that you've done, but planning ahead a little bit so that we can just see how our week might unfold and make sure that we have the things in our refrigerator and pantry that we need to succeed at the week that we would like to have. So I'm just going to show you a real life's week of tracking ahead. Right now I'm not cheating at all. This is my diary for today, but I'll show you. I'm going to tomorrow, which is where we're going to start planning. And it's totally blank. I have not pre-added anything in here. So this is really how I use MyFitnessPal to plan my week. There are some other elements of planning that involve my planner, like looking inside my refrigerator to see what I have on hand and things like that, grocery shopping, all of that. But MyFitnessPal is kind of step 2 of that process. So I usually look ahead at my week, and then I come into my fridge and I see what I have. I come into MyFitnessPal and make my plan, and then I go to the grocery store and shop to my plan rather than the other way around. So I have a video that talks all about step 1. This is kind of step 2 of that part, the MyFitnessPal part, and then maybe in the future I'll be getting to step 3. But I'm putting step 2 up first here on our YouTube channel because I think this is the easiest part, but also the part that people are the least likely to do. So here I am looking at tomorrow, and I already know what I'm going to make for breakfast because I have cheated a little bit and I've prepped that in advance. I am making my easy eggs, and so every serving of my easy eggs is really just eggs scrambled up and baked in a baking dish. You don't even have to grease the dish because there's fat in the egg yolks. So I bake up some eggs with some frozen veggies in it and some cream cheese, but this week actually I'm not doing spinach like I usually do. I bought some real vegetable zucchini. I think about a half cup might be the right serving size. I wasn't sure if that was going to be correct. And I forgot one thing. I have a little bit of this just plain old mild salsa that goes in there as well. So this is really easy again. You just scramble the eggs right in the dish. Oh, look, I haven't logged this salsa before, so here we go. Here's my salsa that I need to log. There it is, my mild organic salsa. That's about the right serving size. Boom. So I've just searched up everything that'll be in my breakfast casserole that I've already made. You just whisk all that together, cut up your zucchini, put it in there raw, bake it in that baking dish for 350 for like about 25-30 minutes until the top is brown and set. So I know that's what I'll be eating for breakfast because I've already made it. And then I already know off camera what I have in my refrigerator for lunch. So I know that I am going to be making myself a little snack box. I've got some tempeh that I need to cook, or else some flax tempeh. I might have been not quite specific enough. Up there it is, the flax tempeh, and I know that 3 ounces is 1 serving size according to the package, but again, if I need to, I can come in here and change that up, but I think 3 ounces is going to be right for me for this week, so I will log that. And then I'm also going to have some carrots and some cucumbers on the side, a little bit of crunch, making sure I get some veggies in here at lunch. And yep, some carrot sticks and some cucumber slices. Now I peel my cucumbers because even when I get organic, the peel doesn't really sit well with me, but that's like a very personal thing, so do what works for you. And I'm going to use those cucumber slices kind of like crackers for some cheese cubes, and we'll see if that ends up being the right portion as I balance out my day. And along with this, kind of at my second lunch, but I'll just go ahead and log it here, I also like to have this little seaweed snack from Trader Joe's. I'm not sponsored. Whoops, roasted, not toasted. Here we go. I said roasted, not toasted. Here we go. Not sponsored at all by Trader Joe's. I just kind of live for the seaweed snack at the moment. Who knows, a year from now, if I'll even remember it exists. And then I'm going to put in this like placeholder little yogurt for right now. I have several different kinds of yogurt, so I'll need to swap that out as I eat during the week. Cool. So there we go on that. And I also know that in the morning I am going to have some of what I'm calling these oatmeal cookies. Don't get excited, they're not really cookies. And this is actually a recipe that I've entered in here myself. So if I come to my recipes here, you'll see that here's my cookies. And so if I need to change anything, I could always come in here and edit my recipe. But I'm going to just track this from here. I will have 2 of them. There we go. They're really not cookies, but if I said weird oatmeal lump bricks, nobody would watch my video, so there you go. It's high in saturated fat. Now, you might think you need to care every time the computer pops up one of these orange warnings, right? MyFitnessPal is just an app. It's not a whole lot smarter than that paperclip that pops up in Microsoft Word, so it might not always know what's right for you. It might be great that something you log is high in protein. That might not be what you intend. I might not need to care right now with the way that I personally am eating at the moment for what the app has to say about if my food is high in saturated fat or whatever. It might tell me. So there's that. So I'm logging along. I've got a pretty good amount of my day logged, and now I have to figure out what I'm going to make for dinner. So I know I have a bunch of romaine in my fridge that I need to eat, or else. I hate letting food go to waste, although we all do it from time to time, but I hate letting things go to my crisper drawer and die. So I'm going to try to make maybe some like lettuce taco boat wraps kind of thing, because I know I have some ground beef, but my ground beef is actually 85.15 because they didn't have the 90.10 where I went shopping this week. So see, I'm just using MyFitnessPal the way you can as well. I might want to go scan my package because these are all different, but it looks like 240 is probably the one that's right, and my ground beef is actually grass-fed, but that kind of matters more for me. Yeah, it looks like 240 is probably the one that's right. It's also the one that has these green verified check marks on it, but I'm not going to have 4 ounces. I'm going to have probably a little more to meet my goals for the day and have my food break down the way I want to. Okay, so from there, I'm going to put some avocado on my boats. I'm going to put some more of that salsa. And I'll start from there. Now there's only one more thing I know I need to log, and that is a green smoothie that I will try to remember to make and have for myself as a snack at some point during the day, just to get in another serving of veggies. But we're going to take a look back at this and see in a second if I have met any of my goals for the day. Right now, all I'm entering is stuff that I know I would like to eat, that it would work for me to meal prep, or that I've already kind of meal prepped. And that I have on hand to use up. So I have this unsweetened coconut milk from Trader Joe's, but that's not it. So there we go. I'm just going to search that up real quick. I could also just go scan the barcode, but unsweetened coconut beverage, I don't remember which one it is. Let me see the nutritional breakdown on this one. This seems like it's it, and I'll have about half a cup in that smoothie. So cool, here we go. I'm going to check in. I've added everything to my day now. Breakfast, lunch, second breakfast, snacks, all of the things I think I'm going to eat in a day. I'm going to let the app update all my totals. Okay, so I'm coming in a little bit short, but I know I'm not going to probably change my breakfast. I could add something on at lunch. I could add something on at dinner. I could always have another snack. So let me go ahead now and take a look and see in my macros here and see how I'm doing. So my carbs, I can see I'm a little bit under. Fat, I'm a little bit over as of right now, but I'm not too worried. And protein, I'm about right on. So strangely, I'm going to need to add in some carbs. So I think the fastest way for me to do that, and the best way to meet my goals, because right now I really only have some cherries coming in as my fruit for the day, I'm going to go ahead and add some frozen mango into my smoothie, because I know I have that on hand as well, and that would be a super easy way to beef up what I'm doing. So I'll throw in a quarter cup of mango into my smoothie, and let's see what happens if I have a third one of these cookies. And I also realized I haven't logged something very important in life, which is my coffee. So I don't worry about putting the coffee in itself. Like, yeah, tap water has calories, kind of, but I'm not really tracking here for calories so much. I'm trying to make sure I stay like within my range, and those 4 calories of tap water aren't going to help or hurt me one way or another. But I do need to put in the half and half that will be in my coffee, because I am not shy about half and half. Not at this point in my life. And I do have this really good half and half right now. And I'm probably going to have 2 cups. Cool. And just to point out, I like to come in here, and when I am using any of these food entries from the database, I like to glance at it and kind of make sure it makes sense, and this half and half sparked that memory for me, because check this out. This is the one I'm going to add. This is the one that says Mill King Market and Creamery. This entry for that same half and half. Oh, not that one. Well, there's another one anyway. Sometimes the information here in the carbs, fat, protein area is not accurate. It'll say 0. It'll say negative numbers. So you don't have to be a registered dietitian to use this app well, but you should kind of keep an eye on it and make sure it makes sense. So let's see. Now I've added another cookie. I've added my half and half. Perfect. I'm pretty close to my goals. I'm pretty, oh, no, I'm over my goals when that updated. Okay. My carbs are right about on. My fat is right about on. Let's see. So it looks like I need to try to take away maybe just a little bit of fat. Let me see where my numbers came in again. So probably what I'll end up doing, since I have kind of a big lunch going on, is I can just go ahead and take away a little bit of this cheese here that we're working with. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop that down to like 1 ounce, and that'll probably keep me right about on for all of my goals. And now I'll have 1 day of my week planned. Here we go, on 1, kind of like a little roulette action there, a little bit of Las Vegas right here in MyFitnessPal. Okay. So now I'm going to go into my macros again, and I'm doing that just by tapping the numbers up at the top where it says calories remaining, but you can get there several different ways. I have that broken down in some of my other videos here on YouTube if you have questions about some of these other features of MyFitnessPal, but I'm pretty happy with the way this is breaking down. My protein's coming in a little short, but everything's pretty much right on, and I'm good with that. And then the other thing I'm going to check just for me here in the nutrients screen is to make sure my sugar is good. Yeah, I like to keep my sugar at or under 40, so I'm at 41. Good enough for me, and I'm pretty happy with the way everything else is working out. I'm doing great on vitamin C. I got my calcium, I got my iron. My potassium's a little low, but it's not too far off. So I would consider this one successfully planned day of food. Now, of course, this doesn't mean I've gotten anything cooked. I have my breakfast cooked ahead. That's just happenstance. And I have a stash of those quote-unquote oatmeal cookies in my freezer. But beyond that, I'm going to have some cooking to do. I'll have some beef to brown up. I might try to prep some of these smoothies ahead of time, because even though it seems really simple to just throw this all in the blender, sometimes, you know, life kind of gets ahead of you. And so forth. Sorry that those calories aren't updating. That's real life Wi-Fi issues right there. So see if I can fix that for you guys. And if not, we can again see them over here in the macro screen. Let's just take a look back there at the reports. Here we go. So I can see here how everything's breaking down. And it looks like I am actually maybe a little bit over calorie-wise, because I'm pretty over across the board. So let me just take a look here in calories. Yeah, right now with the way I planned, I'm still about 150 calories over, so I'm going to need to change the serving size on my cookies. So this is exactly the way I do all my planning, and again, I do all this. Oh, well, I see what happens. We added way too many cookies. So there we go. That fixes everything. Now everything's right on. So this is exactly how I do all of my planning, and I like to do this before I cook or shop so I know what I actually need to get. And this is still in the process of updating. I know what I actually need to get in order to have my day break down the way that I'd like it to break down. And this way I know what to cook for breakfast, what to pack for my lunch, how to make my dinner, and so forth. And the nice easy thing is that since I know, for example, that my breakfasts will be the same every day, while I'm in the app, I can just come in here, hit those 3 dots, copy my breakfast across the whole week if I want to. I can copy it to the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and just have all of my breakfasts already entered. It's really easy to come in here and change and delete things if I end up changing my mind about what I want to eat for breakfast, but otherwise I have my food tracked, I have my food cooked. I'm really set up to succeed at eating in a way that's going to support my goals for this week. Now, I might not eat the same thing for lunch every day, so I will repeat this process on another day. So, for example, the next day, I might bring over my breakfast and my dinner, but I'd come in here to lunch and I have some deli turkey I know I need to use up in my refrigerator as well. Because like I said, step one of my planning process is to take a look at what I already have on hand and make sure I'm set to use it up. So I might start from a basis of that turkey and then enter that, copy over my dinner, my snacks, everything else, and adjust my day accordingly based on how all of that shapes up. So I hope this video has been helpful to see how I plan my, very laggy, there we go, my very laggy food tracking in MyFitnessPal. It's real life right here. This is my real life planning. It's my real life Wi-Fi situation. Sometimes it just kind of stalls out. But this is really how I use MyFitnessPal ahead of time to plan my food and make sure that I am cooking and buying all the right things so that I don't end up wasting food in my fridge, so that I don't end up buying things that I didn't really need. It kind of saves me money, saves me time. I don't cook extra stuff. I know exactly how much I need to cook of everything, and I have what I need on hand to have the kind of week that I hope to have. And if I had any events coming up this week or anything like that where I'd be eating a meal away from home, I'd just go ahead and leave those blank for right now so that I can, if I'm planning ahead, I'll go ahead and log it before I get to the restaurant, or I'll, log it as I do once I've eaten it. So I hope this is helpful. Again, using MyFitnessPal to plan ahead is super awesome for helping you reach your goals faster, because it works much better if you get out in front of your food and give it a little bit of thought ahead of time and prepare yourself to succeed at the kind of week you want, rather than using this as the oh crap tool and realizing once it's too late that you didn't get in your protein, or all you ate for the last 6 years was carbs, or whatever it might be. So if you like this video, please be sure to subscribe to our channel, give this video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment and let me know, what are you cooking this week? I'm hoping for some good ideas, although I'll tell you, those romaine taco boats, they're also pretty awesome. So I'll be back soon with part 1 of the planning video, putting these up out of order because, like I said, the MyFitnessPal part is really helpful for making sure that you will be set up for the week that you want to have. And thanks for watching. Take care.